soft food meal because of issues with my teeth and my throat. And so I decided to make, I like really soft broccoli. I can eat that. It goes down okay. Most vegetables don't. But I got this Knorr's Alfredo sauce. I just took a little taste of it. It's cooking on the stove. It takes about 5 minutes to cook with milk. I use nut milk, flax milk actually. Let me see if I can. And I just took a little taste, and I'm going to add a little bit of garlic stir-in paste, some onion powder, and then I have this, I think I got this at Whole Foods, gravy cubes, mushroom gravy cubes, and I have a half of one. So I'm gonna make kind of a mushroomy Alfredo sauce, and then I'm steaming some broccoli florets. And I was going to fry up some polenta, and this is the polenta I get, like a just original, no flavoring. Some people prefer that, but I'm slicing it up. I've sliced it into very thin pieces, and instead of frying it up, what I'm going to do is, sometimes what I'll do is I'll make a lasagna. I use vegan cheese, so I have vegan ricotta, vegan mozzarella, but I don't use vegan Parmesan. I like regular Parmesan, Romano. So what I'm going to do is, instead of making like a lasagna, I have a flat dish. And I'll put some of the sauce on the bottom, put the polenta lined up on top, and then put the broccoli and sauce on top, and then bake it in the oven for about 15 minutes to kind of heat through the polenta. So I'm going to add the garlic paste now to this. So it's boiling. I can turn it off because it's really thickened, but it's still over some heat. And I'll put about that much is about a clove. I like it very flavorful. And onion powder. I would put real onions and garlic in, but I can't swallow. That's why I keep putting these soft food recipes on my site. And then I'm going to put this mushroom, it's like a bouillon cube, but it's mushrooms, and it's actual real mushrooms. It says it's made of cornstarch, oil, wheat, shiitake mushroom, champignon mushroom, caramel color, rice flour, onion powder, soy lecithin, garlic powder. So it does have a little bit of flavor in the mushroom bouillon cube, or the mushroom cube itself. So I'm trying to break it up. I probably should have chopped it up and put it in, but it'll dissolve in there. And then I will put that on the bottom. I'll let the broccoli get really soft, and I'll put it together, and then I will videotape that. I'll bake it. I have the oven heating to 350, and that will cook for maybe 15 minutes just to heat through the polenta. And the reason it is very thin is so that it heats up pretty quickly. Everything's hot going in there anyway, so that should be good. I'll show you later. Okay, so the broccoli is very soft now. I can show you it's very small pieces and very soft, and they will cook more in the oven. I've cut off some of the stems because they take longer to cook. I can't really eat those, but the florets are good. So I've put the where is it? I've put the first layer of Alfredo sauce with mushrooms in it. And I'm going to layer the polenta. It's so light. I'm going to layer the polenta in the dish. It's so bright. Gosh, it's hard to show you. So I'm layering it flat and covering most of the bottom. And what I'll do is I will take broccoli and put it on top of the polenta. Broccoli on the polenta. And then I will put more of the Alfredo sauce on top. The oven has reached 350 degrees and it's ready to bake. I will put also some Parmesan cheese on top as well. So here's the sauce. This is still on. Here's the sauce. So the sauce on the bottom is really to cook through the polenta, and the sauce on top is to flavor the broccoli with the mushroom, garlic, and I think the Alfredo sauce has some Parmesan flavoring in it, and some other cheeses actually, Romano as well, cheddar I think, and so cover it up like that. Can you see it? And then I have some Parmesan that I will put on top as well. To kind of give it like a brownish, browned cheese flavor. And I am going to put that, I have like a little copper dish. It just keeps it from bubbling over if it happens to do that. So, and it's kind of easier to grab. Put that in the oven and we'll wait about 15 minutes. Now one more thing about this, I was just thinking, what could I do with the leftover sauce? The leftover Alfredo sauce. So the leftover Alfredo sauce is very thick. So it looks like the base of a souffle. So what I could do is put some egg yolks in there, cool it down, put some egg yolks in, whip up the egg whites into a souffle, and maybe snip in some herbs in there, and make or even some of the broccoli, and make souffles that will cook up. So that's a possibility as well. And I could probably do that now since the oven is hot. So maybe I'll get started on that. So I am taking the egg yolks and I'll show you how I separate the egg. You kind of toss the yolk back and forth very carefully. You don't want any yolk going into the egg whites, or it ruins it. It will not stiffen. And then I put the egg yolks in another bowl, and I'm doing 3 eggs. You can see that the white is coming out. I can even do it without opening the egg, and then put the yolk. So I've got 3 yolks in a different bowl, and I have the whites in here. And I'm not going to do anything with the whites yet, but what I do is I get, if you could see it. Cream of tartar is like a white powder, and I sprinkle just a dash in the whites, and that helps them get stiffened up and helps them do what they need to do as meringue. So there, I've used 3 eggs. I'm going to quickly whisk in yolks one at a time into the pan. So I will put one in and whisk it in so it doesn't cook. We just want it to go into the mixture, and that's why it's got to be cooled off from what it was when it was cooking. Otherwise it creates scrambled eggs. And I have these ramekins, and what I'm going to do is grease them, butter them, and you could put spray, but I put butter, and then I put a little bit of Parmesan cheese along the inside to coat it, and that lines it so that I can put the souffle mixture in. I don't know if this will fill 4 of them. It might with the whites. Again, I use vegan. This is a vegan Earth Balance, and I will use wax paper to spread it in the so I have like some butter, and I use the wax paper to just butter the inside of the overly. Now I'm just going to do 3 of them. If I need another one, I will do the other one. But there's the butter. They're all buttered or, greased. And then I take a little bit of Parmesan. These big chunks. So I put it into one, and you shake it up. It sticks to the inside, and turn it around so that it goes onto the sides. So you can see that it's kind of coated on the inside. And then you can take the excess and put it in the next one, and there's not much excess there. Do that with this one. So there we go. They're all coated with a little Parmesan. Now all I have to do is mix up. Here's the egg whites. I'm going to mix them up until they're stiff. It takes about, I don't know, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and then I will fold them together, the mixture with the sauce and the yolks, and make the soufflés. Okay, so I have whipped up the egg whites, and you can see that there's a little bit of, this is how you know that they're stiff, because it forms this. You're supposed to be able to hold it upside down. I don't know if I can do that, but yeah, it's stiff enough. So now what I will do is I'll take a rubber or silicone spatula, not rubber anymore, and I will mix it into the pan, which is, yeah, it's cool. So I take about 1/3 of the egg whites, I should say, and stir that into this. Now this is a little, I think the egg yolks made it less thick than it was. And I could probably put some other cheeses in here. Where's the Parmesan cheese? I can put some Parmesan in here as well, which normally you would melt it into the mixture, but it's going to dissolve. Okay, so then we take a little bit more and fold it very gently so you don't break apart the air bubbles that make it stiff and fluffy. Put a little bit more in. You fold it. Let me get it out of the light. Usually you stir on the edge and fold it into the middle, and you can see there's still some of the liquid on the side, so you want to try to blend in, but very gently, the egg whites into that mixture of the Alfredo sauce and eggs and mushrooms and garlic. And the broccoli is done, so what I'm going to do is put these onto a cookie sheet, put these on, and see if I need a fourth, and I probably do. You fill them up, not to the top, about 3/4 of the way full, and so this will go into, I'm going to raise the temperature of the oven to 400. It goes into a 400-degree oven for about 20 minutes. And we'll switch out the broccoli. And we'll put the soufflé in. Put it in the middle of the oven, and let me bring the broccoli over. This is the broccoli with some Parmesan and the Alfredo and polenta. Oh, God. You can see that it's very soft and creamy, and the polenta, the reason I use polenta is because sometimes the pasta is not soft enough. It can be very hard, especially when it's baked, and the polenta just dissolves easily. So if you need softer foods, and the broccoli is really soft by this point, except for the stems, and it goes down pretty easily. Sometimes I will puree chicken that I make in soups, and that could be blended in here as well. If you want to put it into a recipe like this, you could blend the chicken with the Alfredo sauce or with some kind of milk or cream, and that could smooth it out and make it more of a pasty chicken, and you just mix it in with the broccoli. Okay, so it says 2 minutes, but the soufflés look done. So I'm gonna need 2 hands to take them out. And then I will dish it up and show you how it looks. The soufflés are done, and you can see that they're just golden on top. They've puffed up nicely, and I'm going to put it on a plate and dish it out. So we have the nice puffy soufflé. They start to fall pretty quickly, but I will wrap them in foil, put them in the fridge, and you can bake them again, you can microwave them. They're not going to be like the first day, but so I have also the broccoli and polenta, and then this is the soufflé. So what it's like is like a little angel food cake almost. It probably could have cooked a few more minutes. But it's nice, light, eggy, cheesy. I could have put more cheese in there, like a cream cheese blend, Boursin, or some Swiss Laughing Cow original cheese or herb cheese. Goes really nicely into these soufflés, so Joet Vajat is good appetite. Bon appetit. I have a wine that I'm having with this. It is a Hungarian Ufark 2018 that I got from Taste Hungary, which is in Washington, D.C., and they deliver. You can order it yourself. You can be in a wine club, and it looks very golden color. I have it in my Christoph Wines glass. When I had my business, it was Christoph Wines when I was importing Hungarian wine. And that is a nice dry white. It's from the Somlói region in Hungary, which is towards Austria to the west. And Ufark is the white wine that the queens or the royals would drink to produce a male heir. It was legendary that this wine would lead to conceiving a male heir for the throne, or for whatever lineage you wanted to do that for. So, and that goes really well with these, you know, the cheese, this Alfredo sauce stuff. It's a nice pairing. So maybe give it a try. Take care. Thanks for watching.